Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for jumping on here today. My name is Solana and my channel has been mainly focused on anti-MLM content. However, recently I have started to kind of experiment with vlogging a little bit, so it's been fun trying to switch it up and whatnot. I just want to say I appreciate all of your support. It means so much to me, all of these subscriptions and the likes and the comments and everything. It's just super helpful, helps me figure out what you guys want. So today we will be doing an anti-MLM video. However, it's not going to be a commentary. It's just going to be some of my thoughts and how I feel, because I have a lot on my mind right now, and there's been a lot going on in the anti-MLM world that I just want to kind of give you guys an update on and tell you where I stand. So first of all, apologies for the lighting today. It might not be the best. I am trying to kind of be in a new setup, if you guys have noticed, but also it's very, very gray outside, so we're trying to adjust the lighting and everything, so hopefully it's not so bad. So today I wanted to express my feelings about anti-MLM and what that means. I have done videos on why I became anti-MLM after being in an MLM for almost 3 years and what my mission is here, but I need to reiterate that because there's been a lot going on in the anti-MLM world, and I just feel like I need to address it right now. I hope that you guys know that my channel is here to spread awareness and education and facts, because there has been some instances, I haven't seen these firsthand, but I have started to see some more aggressive sides of the anti-MLM, quote unquote community, if you want to call it. However, I really do identify myself with being an anti-MLM advocate. And I wanted to discuss this with you guys because my role as an anti-MLM advocate is literally just to spread awareness and to educate people and to help people make informed decisions who may be wanting to join an MLM, and to offer support to those of us who have been in an MLM and feel a bit lost and feel like we need a support system. This is my goal. Under no circumstances is my channel ever meant to bully or allow that type of behavior. I don't condone that type of behavior. The reason that I blur out Instagram handles, blur out people's faces, is because I respect those people's privacy and I respect their identity. And I need you guys to know that when I do discussions about what people are saying, I'm not targeting the individual saying it. I'm targeting the words coming out of their mouth, in the sense that these are things that they're being taught to say through the MLM's training process. It's important for me to tell you that because I want this to be a safe space for all of us, and I want this to also be a safe space for those who are still in MLMs. We need to remember, especially those of us who were in an MLM, that we were victims of said MLM, and so are these people. This is not to say that there's not crappy people in the world. There always are going to be people that want to be bullies, or that just are having a bad day or going through a hard time and they need to take out their frustration and anger on others. I don't condone that behavior. I don't condone bullying. I don't condone being aggressive on social media or in person. But we do need to ultimately remember that these people are, for the most part, victims, and that I was a victim of my MLM. And when I was in my MLM, for instance, I did defend my MLM, and I would get upset at anti-MLMers for posting anti-MLM content because I didn't know any better, and I was very indoctrinated into the world of MLMs, and I would defend it. And since getting out and kind of looking at the other side of the story, my opinion has changed on MLMs, obviously, but that doesn't mean that I think bullying is okay, and I think that people are entitled to their privacy. I don't judge any other YouTuber or content creators' content. Some people do post their videos, like the people's faces, and don't blur out names. That's their prerogative, and I'm not here to judge those people either. So everyone does what they feel comfortable with, and what I feel comfortable with is blurring people's faces, keeping the anonymity there, because it's not about the individual, it's about the company that they work for. If you watched one of my videos about the super trainers, the reason I did that video was to show you guys and to show people that may potentially want to be in an MLM that this is coming from the top down. It's coming from corporate. It's coming from the CEOs. It's coming from, in Beachbody's case, the super trainers. So it's coming from these celebrity figures within the MLMs, and the individuals are just relaying the information that they've been taught is supposed to work. I was in Beachbody. I did all of the trainings, and everything that I stated on my Instagram was always something that came from higher up. It always came from an upline who got it from an even higher upline, who got it from an even higher upline, who got it from corporate. So we need to understand that these people are just spewing information that they're learning from uplines, corporates, and super trainers. The people that we need to hold responsible is corporate, is the celebrities, because I don't think super trainers, for example, in Beachbody, are victims of the MLM because they are working on contract. They sign a contract, they get a certain amount of pay. They're not within the MLM structure. They're creating content for the MLM. You hear on calls with corporate and with super trainers in Beachbody, you know, the anti-MLM community are naysayers, or they're negative Nancy's, or they're just negative and don't pay attention to them. That's coming from the top. So when you see people who you idolize telling you these things, obviously you're going to believe them. And this is where the trickle down happens in the, you know, the pyramid-shaped structure. They're telling the individuals, the distributors are also victims of this. They are indoctrinated. And yes, I understand some of them can be very aggressive, and I'm not condoning that either. And I'm not saying you need to put up with that behavior. If someone's being aggressive with you, report them to the company's compliance, report them to the FTC. But I would suggest to not engage in that type of behavior beyond what you feel comfortable with. And I don't think we should lash back with aggression, because that's not going to fix anything. We need to remain open-minded. We need to remain compassionate. And we need to remember the fact that not everyone's going to listen to us. I share my story because it's my story. It hopefully will help a few people. I've had a couple of people actually message me on Instagram, told me they were thinking about joining Beachbody and asked me my opinion, and I've sent them my videos and they said thank you, and they were able to make their own decision. I don't know whether they join Beachbody or not. It's not my responsibility to make them not join. It's my responsibility to give the facts. Just so you know that when you get into an MLM, the guarantee for you making money is very low. 90% of people don't make any money. I'm here to show what the companies put out there, the income disclosure statements, people's stories. And I have spoken to numerous people that have gotten out of MLM, specifically Beachbody, that have told me stories about how essentially damaged they have felt since getting out. I am very fortunate. The group of friends that I made in Beachbody, I am still friends with them. I still have the utmost respect for them. Not all of them are out of Beachbody. A good portion of them are, not all of them are. And I respect the shit out of both of them. I respect the shit out of them whether they are still in Beachbody or whether they are not in Beachbody. I respect them because I know that they're good people regardless, and it's not my job to make somebody get out of the MLM or not. I'm here to spread my experience and the facts that I find so that you can make an educated decision. Doesn't mean that I hate on anybody, doesn't mean that I'm a bully towards anybody, and I don't actively go seeking out people in MLMs to bully them, and I need you to know that. So I'm gonna ask you guys on this channel, please, if I post a video of someone and you recognize who they are, I will be asking you, please do not say their names. If you want to privately message me and talk about it, I am totally up for that. I love having private conversations with people, but if you call them out on my YouTube, it kind of just breaks that on anonymity. And I know no one's doing that for like malintent and to be an asshole. It's just like, I've done it too in the past, so I'm not saying like you're not a bad person, but I'm just gonna ask now moving forward that if I do speak about people, don't say their names in the comment section if you know who they are. You can message me privately. So I will just ask to respect people's privacy. If you do have a problem with someone in an MLM and you see someone doing something unethical, you have every right to report them to the FTC and to the compliance department of their MLM. I have done this. I have seen people making medical claims about Beachbody products, and I have reported them to Beachbody compliance. And I told Beachbody compliance about what's going on, and hopefully the compliance will deal with them. If not, I can only do so much. I can message compliance and the FTC, and then those two organizations can deal with it how they see fit. This is what we can do. And if you need help on how to report something, I can help you find the email address to compliance departments, or there's some really good resources on how to file complaints with the FTC. I just ask you, when you do file complaints, make sure you're not doing it out of anger. Make sure you're just doing it because the person's actually being unethical. I have seen MLM reps making claims about curing cancer or curing, diseases, curing, all types of illnesses, mental health problems. These types of things are illegal. If you feel the need to directly contact an MLM rep that you see, maybe someone says like, this has helped cure my whatever disease, and this bothers you, you have every right to message that person and say, hey, I just want to let you know this is against the FTC guidelines, so I don't want to report you, but I'm just letting you know because it's unethical and I don't want you to get in trouble. But do it from a place of respect and compassion, because they may not know they're doing something wrong. They might just be mimicking something that they saw their upline doing. So just, I would say, message these people, but keep your heart in a good place when you do so. If the person reacts aggressively and rudely, you don't have any responsibility to engage with that person. You should then, I suggest, report them to the FTC, report them to compliance. If a person doesn't want to hear it, they don't want to hear it. It's not your job to force them to open their ears to what you have to say, but it is unethical and they're not allowed to do those things. So there's a fine line between being, you can report unethical behavior, but you can do it without being aggressive and without doing it from a place of anger. And this is something that I'm really, really trying to highlight on this channel, is I hope that if I have come off as aggressive in any videos, I hope that that's not the perception that I've given, because I'm never coming from a place of aggression. The last video I made that was a kind of mock-up video was definitely just to make fun of myself. I used to do all of those things. Obviously, that was a very exaggerated video. Like, I was not that aggressive, but it was just fun for me to make, help me deal with my kind of residual whatever memories or feelings of when I was in Beachbody, because I was just so in it for 3 years, and sometimes I feel like it was just such a big part of me for so long that I need to kind of get it out, and be silly and have fun with it, and hopefully give you guys some entertainment while I'm doing that. So I am never targeting a specific individual on here. And in terms of the MLM community or movement or advocacy, I want to let you guys know I am a anti-MLM advocate. Okay, so I respect other anti-MLMers that I have been in direct contact with. I don't know everything about the whole movement. I'm a very baby into this movement. The girls that I know, the women, the men that I know that are working in this movement are very respectful. The mission for the people that I've been in contact with have always just been to educate and to give you guys the facts. There are anti-MLMers I've heard of. This is just hearsay. Like, I don't know the whole story, that have been being a little bit aggressive to MLM distributors. And I just want to say that is not what my channel is about. And that is not what, most anti-MLMers, content creators that I have been in contact with are about. We're about spreading facts. We're about helping you, about helping your family, helping your friends. Hopefully, if we create a video that talks about our experience and your friend wants to join an MLM, you can send it to them and they can have a better, well-rounded opinion before they get into it. Or maybe we're here for you if you're trying to get out and you don't know how. There are so many resources. So this is why we're here. We're not here to bully. We're not here to target anybody. We're not here to make you feel like a bad person. My takeaway for you is just be respectful, be compassionate. Remember that most people in MLMs are also victims. It's the business structure that we're calling out, is the unethical, predatory business model, not the individual distributors. And as I said, if there are distributors that are being rude, that are being bullies, do not engage with them. Report them if they're harassing you, but don't engage with them. Be the bigger person. And I understand it's really hard sometimes, and I honestly have had urges to go off on people, and when I have those urges, I write down something in my phone as if I was going to send it to them, and then I delete it because I am not that kind of person. I don't like confrontation, but I did not start this channel to target people. I did not start this channel to bully anybody. I started this channel so that I could be an anti-MLM advocate, because my experience with Beachbody is worth something. And if I can help you get a little bit more educated about the choice, because I did not have any resources about the predatory nature of MLMs before I joined Beachbody, okay? And I wish that I had had those resources. I wish that I had listened. I wish that I had people speaking out about it so that I knew that there was just not one side of the story. There's always two sides. This is not to say that every single individual in an MLM is like an unethical, bully, mean girl behavior. You're going to have that in every industry, okay? I think that a lot of women join MLMs, because I know this is what I did, because they genuinely want to help other women, because they genuinely want to have freedom in their work. They want to stay home with their families, or they need money, or they, they have this dream of like what the MLMs said to offer. My message for you is that these dreams are very unattainable when you go into an MLM. And there are so many more things that you can do. If you are truly a woman specifically that wants to preach female empowerment, there's other ways to do it. I personally, since being out of Beachbody, have started this channel to help empower other women to the facts and to give you the whole, give you the other side of the MLM story. I've also started a podcast with one of my best friends who is also in Beachbody with me. That's how we met. And our goal with that podcast is the same, is to offer women tools that we have used to just live a more fulfilled life, or like how to help us get through the hard times. And this is how we're working on empowering other women, being there for other women, being support systems for women, and truly being women business owners. And I just want to reiterate, I support women business owners to the absolute full capacity that I can. Okay, if you're a female business owner, that is hard, and I support you. There are other things that you can do that are not within the MLM that can empower you and empower others around you. And I know many women join for this reason. So we need to be compassionate. Most people are joining because they're in a vulnerable state and they want to do some good. So it is our duty as an anti-MLM advocate to be compassionate when approaching MLMers and talking about the subject, because if we're just being aggressive and mean, no one's going to listen to us, and we're going to be labeled as bullies, and everything that they say will be true about us, which is not the case. And I know this video is more serious and more like to the point, but I need you to know what this channel is and what I'm doing going forward. Going forward, I will still be creating anti-MLM content. I've felt so much going on in my brain right now with starting school, with just the state of the world, with everything going on. It's just been a lot to take in, and I thought about making a video like this, and I hope that I've expressed myself properly. But this is kind of what I had to say to you guys and what to expect on my channel. I will also be experimenting with vlogging a little more. I want to just expand the channel a little more to give you guys some other content that isn't just anti-MLM, because that is definitely not my whole life. But if you guys have any requests on like what you want to see and what you're interested in, whether it's anti-MLM or not, I'd love it for you to let me know in the comment section or send me a DM on Instagram, because I like hearing from you guys, because then I know what to give you guys and I know what you'll appreciate. So thank you so much for listening to this little info sesh, I guess, and I hope you guys can respect this message that I've shared. And I love having you on here, and I love each of you that have been supporting this channel and all of you that subscribe and engage. It means so much to me, because you guys are why I do this. And thank you. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will be on here soon for another video. And yeah, I hope you guys are all well and staying safe, and I'm sending good vibes to everyone. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye guys.